One world, one dream, one people.
Why should it be that people should be held down just because of a wrong perception? And so remove that wrong perception, illuminate the world with the fact that everybody has a chance to be given the opportunity and then to strive for whatever equality they perceive. And so our vision is to enable para-athletes to achieve sporting excellence and inspire and excite the world. Probably the most important word is enable, because that means that we don't do it for the athletes, they do it for themselves. And normally before we inspire and excite, we surprise the world. Say, wow, I didn't know that was possible. That's been happening here. Then you have a chance to make the world a better place.
Founded as a non-profit organization, the International Paralympic Committee aims to develop sports opportunities for all people with an impairment from the beginner to elite level.
People were afraid of touching athletes with one leg or one arm.
What Paralympic sport is phenomenal at showing people, it's just what's achievable. But what it shows, it doesn't matter what life deals you, you can always make something great out of it.
Paralympic Games can transcend different cultures. When we look at Beijing, an official government publication after the Games said now the Chinese people would see of a person with an impairment as a football player, a basketball player or a track athlete.
And just by seeing the performances of the athletes, that will act as a catalyst to people changing their perceptions of what a person with an impairment can do, change your mindset. And you're thinking, if they can do that, then so can I. No is not an option here. I remember looking across to the VIP area and there were multiple world leaders and members of royalty from around the world, and everyone had their mobile phone out. They wanted to capture what was a very special moment for the Paralympic movement.
But the first reaction of anyone when comes across Paralympic sport is, wow, these guys are athletes, elite perform athletes. Being in a wheelchair or being an amputee or a cerebral palsy or blind, visually impaired, that does not define the person. Through the disability should not be a barrier. I think the Paralympic sport helps in that, because the disability is on our face, we can see them, but it's much more important what the person can do compared to what the person cannot do.
Parasports changed my life. Parasports gave me the possibilities to show the people what we are able to do. I think the biggest advance the parasport has is the family in the background. The parasport movement is not only based on the IPC, it's based on the athletes, and we're growing together.
The Paralympic movement is about challenging community, challenging society of what they expect of people with disabilities. And we get to go into their lounge rooms and into their families and challenge everything that they had previously believed. And that's where the power of our movement is.
It's been amazing for me to see the Paralympics grow. When I picked up the Paralympic sports, I barely could find anything in media. It was really hard to follow the athletes, follow the results. And at this point, I feel like we get recognition like never before, and I feel like they finally see us as proper athletes. And with that, the athletes are growing, we're getting stronger fields, we're getting better world records.
The relationship between IPC and the athlete is really important because we're the voices for them and then there are voices for us. And so we want it to be on TV everywhere, we want it to be on the news everywhere, and we want it to be on the social media. And we both have that common goal.
And I remember walking into the stadium and seeing a Chinese high jumper who jumped with one leg. And I remember distinctly in that moment, my eyes becoming very wet, and it was tears of joy.
Diversity is a reality, inclusion is a choice. Diversity is a strength, and that's what it makes us a global organization.
The Agitos Foundation was established in 2012 and is the charitable arm of the IPC. Its motto is developing parasport and changing lives. The programme that we are especially proud of is our education programme called I'm Possible, which is aimed at children between 6 to 12. It's the idea of getting to children before society has influenced them tremendously, so that they can act as catalysts amongst their parents, amongst their families, and really change societal attitudes.
Well, it's really, I would say it's really a family, that we all share the same passion for the movement. We all see that there is so much to further develop, to create even more opportunities for people with impairments.
When I joined the movement, I found my place in this world. I said, well, this is what I would like to do for life, because of course I'm passionate about sport, but I'm even more passionate about sport changing lives, sport changing the world. So this is what made me stay in this movement for 20 years, and I want to stay for 20 years more.
We're all members of one world, one dream, one people. We're all part of the same world.